prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as...
Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Terminus Re. It's GoOdy City. He loves it. He's claimed it for his own. He's going for it. We'll see how well he does. GoOdy's in the purple trunks. He is to the bottom of this map, and he is, of course, playing Terran versus his opponents in the blue trunks. The one and only Strelok. Oh, yes.
I have a feeling this is going to be a long one. It's a very large map. Most likely, these both players will open up with a macro-orientated build where they go for 1 Rax Expo, maybe 1 Rax Reaper Expo. It's very unlikely that they'd go for some kind of fast tank play or fast Banshee play. So we'll have to see what they both do. But if they do that, it could go out, especially the locations that they've spawned. They're going to be expanding in the opposite directions as well. So this could be a long one.
Well, GoOdy's involved in it, which, unless he's playing against somebody incredibly aggressive that has his number, yes, it's going to be a long one. I don't think there's any real question about that.
GoOdy. GoOdy long one.
Yes. GoOdy has an unbelievable amount of stamina to the point where I think his opponents just get tired and actually fall asleep. And it's a valid strat.
It is if you're going to win money in tournaments from it. Anything's possible.
Strelok with an early gas right here.
That's interesting, actually. I didn't really expect him to do that, but I guess that could surprise GoOdy if he's going to go for a fast expand build. We'll have to see what Strelok is going to plan. He's even going to hide, well, not really hide, but put the barracks in the top left, which will kind of surprise GoOdy a little bit if he doesn't go in and properly scout around. And we have GoOdy also adding on the refinery too. So we'll have to see how these two builds do progress. Will it be a very early Banshee? Will it be a very fast factory? I don't know. I don't know, TB.
It's a mystery, ladies and gentlemen. It could be either or, really. And GoOdy will be hard-pressed to defend against either, really, unless, of course, he scouts it, which he has not found as of yet. Got no information right now on what Strelok is doing, so we'll see what GoOdy decides to go for. He has picked up 1 gas, so it doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to expand. He's got a single Marine coming out. If he goes Tech Lab and then Reaper, then I think we know what he's doing.
Yeah, indeed, and I think that GoOdy should be able to get into scout this. By the time the Marine is made, if made at all, then he's going to get in there and scout this. On the other hand, Strelok is going to scout a long time. It's going to take a long time to get there. And 1 Marine is being made, but I feel that this SUV is going to survive. It's going to get in. It's going to scout.
Yep, I don't think there's any question. It's already in the base right now, and a little bit of poking action going on. Ooh, oh my, oh my. And actually, Strelok, it's got to be able to, because GoOdy decided harassment was a good idea, he actually doesn't get the scout off. Yeah,
that was bad by GoOdy. He definitely shouldn't have stopped at that ramp. Should have gone in, found out the gas, found out what's going on, and now he's completely in the dark. And on the other hand, we have GoOdy opening up pretty standard, getting the factory timing completely normal. He hasn't added on the second refinery, so it looks like he's probably going for a factory expand from here. Meanwhile, we do have Strelok adding on, oh, look at that, adding on a starport onto that tech lab. So it looks like we are going to open up with a Banshee, even though it's very long distances between bases. It looks like GoOdy should be in good position if he can manage to defend that, because that Banshee will arrive so late.
Yeah, it's intriguing, really, that he actually built the tech lab so early. I have to wonder if he was trying to get options, I suppose. It's a possibility that he was thinking, well, maybe I could go Hellion, but in this position, since it's unscouted, I should go Banshee.
Yeah, I think Banshee opening would have been good if, you know, GoOdy spawned in a different location, not across map, as the Banshee would have arrived a lot sooner. But still, you can still do a lot of harassment with it. It's not the end of the world. You can come in, pick up a lot of SEVs, and it might even be a mind game too, because GoOdy might be thinking, no, you can't pull Banshees on me here. You kidding me? It's cross map.
We'll find out. It depends as to whether or not GoOdy decides to pick up a Viking. And, of course, there is no cloak on those Banshees. He's only just started picking up his second refinery right now. So a little bit of Banshee harassment could be nice. But, of course, if a Viking comes out, then that is effectively shut down.
And GoOdy's still not even picked up an expansion yet. This is kind of interesting. He's got 111 and no tech labs, no reactors, just barracks, factory, and starport, all very standard. And it looks like he might be going for some kind of timing attack. Added on the second refinery, though, now. So we'll have to see how he does tech up or proceed from here. Banshee is on its way out. Hellion narrowly misses the Banshee, but the Banshee is on its way down. But ooh, look at that. Turns around and he finds it.
Yep, nice bit of information right there. And I have to wonder, in fact, if we're actually going to see a GoOdy drop. Yes, I can use the term. There we go. It's a goody gun drop that's on its way over the map right now. I'm sorry, I've been waiting years to say that.
And it's going to have no detection at all. Strelok's not going to really anticipate this. The Banshee comes in, though. 2 Marines with kiting from the Banshee is going to kill these very easily. And what defense is there? Of a Solar Viking.
Viking coming out, yep, and it should be just at the right time. Hello! Welcome to Goody's base. Goodbye. There we go. That's eliminated quite nicely. And this little drop right here from Goody is highly unorthodox from Goody, but hey, why not?
Yeah, I think that Strelok didn't maximize the damage from the Banshee either, because he just didn't kill enough. He turned around and the Viking killed it a lot faster than normal. But this drop from Goody comes in now. How many SCVs will he kill?
I would say at least 6, honestly.
Really?
And maybe even more. Yeah, I'll go with 6.
1 so far, 2.
Look at that big line, though. Look at that. Oh, barbecue.
Ooh.
Yes, roasty action. Yes. It's pretty good.
Looks about 5.
5, yep. That was all right. That was pretty close.
That was a good estimate. I would have said 1 because he pulled his SCVs back, but then he pulled them back to the mineral line.
I don't really know why he did that, honestly. I mean, he ran them right into the Hellion Flame, which is never a good idea.
Yeah, so it takes up a few hits. You look at the unit tab now, we have 28 versus 22. Because of that drop, that harassment, he killed a lot of SCVs. And it looks like Strelok is going to be pushing out, though. He doesn't quite have siege mode yet. It's only about 25% done. But because this map is so big, I wouldn't be surprised if it finishes by the time it gets to Goody's base.
Yeah, the timing push on this map is always interesting. It's like, well, I want a timing push with this, so I've got to start moving at least 3 minutes before the upgrade ends. But yeah, that's always interesting to see. Now, Goody is actually lacking on the defensive department here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have too much now. His siege mode is a little bit faster, though, so he will have siege tech out in time. Vikings, though, wins the Viking War already. They've taken a lot of hits. Doesn't quite kill one off, but does damage them. So Goody's always going to have higher sight range.
Yeah, Goody's got a numbers advantage in that regard as well, so I don't think Strelok's really going to be able to do much here. He can kill an SCV, but might not quite be worth the effort. 1-1-1-1 was what we saw early on in the game, and it's been interesting, certainly. And seeing a drop from Goody, that's not what we expected at all. And it's put Goody in this good commanding position. It's what he wants.
He's grabbing double refineries quite fast, actually, Goody. So we are going to see the mech style once again from Goody. Hellion, Thor, tanks, and Vikings. And he is adding on another factory now inside his main base. And he does add a turret, too, at the back of the base. Very smart to put that there, Goody. To kind of stop any form of harassment via drops. And in the meantime, we look over in the base of Strelok. He's got 2 barracks, actually, surprisingly, with double tech labs. So he is going to obviously go for the stim and the combat shield. But will he be going Marauders here? It'd be surprising if he did. He should only be building Marines, really.
Yeah, that would be kind of shocking. And also we do have this command center coming down for Strelok. I mean, Strelok has been slightly ahead, certainly this entire game, in terms of the number of bases he's had. And Goody now only just really starting his 3rd. So Strelok's going to pull back. He's not really confident with his ability to crack Goody's defenses, and I wouldn't be either. Good tank spread, as always, to be expected from Goody. And plenty more factories on the way.
And it is Marauders indeed, so he's going to go very Marauder heavy this game. 2 reactors on the, 1 reactor now on the barracks, the 2nd reactor on the stopper, but 2 tech labs on this barracks. Going to be very Marauder heavy, which is good against Goody's style, because he's going to have so many Marauders. You can't really use Marines so well against this, simply because the blue flame, the tanks and so on just kill it so much. And I love this patrol of Marines, by the way, on the right-hand side and the left-hand side by Strelok. Checking for any hidden expansions, great play. And he's got great map vision. He has complete control of the Zelnoga towers. You press V, and he sees like 80% of the map. So
very
really
smart.
nice.
Incredibly smart play by Strelok right there. However, I'd say that Goody certainly has the edge right now. He's in the exact position that he wants to be. And if he gets to this point, then Goody will eventually hell march out of his base and grind Strelok down. And Strelok unable to land any real drop play thus far.
Yeah, the problem with Goody's style, though, like you say, he will be able to get this critical army, and Hell March will be playing as he moves out. But because he's lost so much of the map control, he can get flanked very easily, by Marauders especially. And up and down these ramps can be very easy to do that. Though, he will have easy access to a 4th base if he chooses to do so. It's just a slight bunny hop of tanks over there to get that 4th base up and running. And Stim just about to finish now for Strelok. And +1 attack not too far away either. It looks like he could poke around, maybe try to contain. But Goody's showing from the start of the game that he's not afraid to use drops. So you don't really want to try to contain a player who's going to drop you a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's really made Strelok actually overly paranoid. Goody almost never drops. You've got to understand this. This is just not Goody's style. and he's not doing it this time either. So I think Strelok's perhaps been a little bit overly cautious, thinking, oh no, Goody's going to drop me again. It's like, no, he isn't. It's Goody. Goody doesn't drop. What he does is he builds a lot of tanks, and he starts to take very slow control of the map, and he's starting to do that, certainly. He doesn't have the map vision he needs, but he does have a very difficult-to-break defense.
Yeah, like these Marines are not only used to scout for the expansions too, they also pick up random medivacs that are coming across, and we'll be able to scout them. Not necessarily take them down, but we'll scout them. And we do have a sensor tower in the middle of the map now by Strelok. It's very large range, actually. Not really used too much. I think it should be used a lot more. And he can see basically all the position of Goody's army in the minimap, just little red dots and so on, with exclamation points because it's Goody.
Yes, it's Goody. And it's not just Goody, it's Goody! So you've got to understand that it's Goody. Well, I think, honestly, the sensor tower was built specifically to counter Goody. I think anyone that builds the sensor tower in the game versus Goody is doing so because Goody is a very static player. And Strelok with an intriguing placement of a supply depot in the corner right there, using, I would imagine, to keep an eye on drops. He really is paranoid about this drop play. Yeah,
he's got one to be able to kind of spot drops ASAP and the other one to stop the expansion. Now he's got this kind of containment too, because where can Goody expand from here? Strelok has both these locations covered. So if you see from Goody's perspective, he can go left, oh look, tanks in the way, right, look, tanks in the way. And now he also has supply depots blocking the left-hand side too. So now what Strelok's going to do is just containing his opponent and really kind of suffocate his economy. And a nuke in production as well, just like the previous game.
Yep, the Viking warfare going on over the little encampment in the middle of this map right here. Strelok loses a Viking, but he has the advantage now in terms of his numbers. There are, however, 3 Thors coming out for Goody already, and once he gets that critical mass of Thors, he can use them as a spearhead to break his way through this line of tanks.
Yeah, and now both players do have +1 vehicle weapons, starting Goody a little bit sooner, so he might try to do a timing attack. He's got a lot of Hellions that will soak up a lot of damage, and Goody trying to just move around the left-hand side. Gets a little bit of position, doesn't have any Vikings though, but has a lot of Hellions. He might be able to unsiege and push through here.
Well, there's the sensor tower gone, so much for that, and Goody now moving in these Thors from the back in order to try and give him the kind of firepower he needs. Goody's tank level, however, is absurd. He's sitting on 12 already. That was an interesting position for that nuke, and actually Goody will move very slightly backwards.
Yeah, I think he might have killed 1 tank, damaged a second, so he doesn't really want to take unnecessary hits. He's even just cancelled anyway. And even though it's a waste of a nuke, he can now get position a little bit closer. And wow,
This actually could be a bit of a trap. The Hellions, of course, are absorbing the majority of the fire. Once Goody's tanks start to rain it down, I have never seen so many explosions. Strelok just melted.
Wow, fireworks day here for Goody, killing all these tanks very, very easily with that +1 upgrade, completely demolishing everything. 123 supply for Strelok, 137 for Goody, and now Goody's going to be able to cancel both of these expansions.
Bang, bang, he shot him down. Bang, bang, he hit the ground. And these 2 expansions are not going anywhere. They may actually finish and lift off. He might be able to take out one of them. He brings down the firepower on one. That one may escape. We'll see, but that one's definitely gone. There's no question about that. It's not going to be able to survive. It's cancelled very rapidly. And Goody, I have to say, actually, I think Goody pulled back deliberately because that nuke was not in range. It would have maybe taken 1 tank. Goody over... He pulled back in an overly exaggerated fashion, deliberately to bring his opponent in to an arc of fire, knowing that +1 was about to finish, and then to bring down the firestorm on top of Strelok's head, and it worked very well.
Yeah, and Goody sits down at the poker table and flips that table upside down, chips flying everywhere, money loose, and now Strelok is on the back foot, turning the tables completely around now, Goody. And very nice play. And now Strelok forced to expand to an unorthodox location in the right-hand side, and with Goody's style is that you can harass so well with Hellions that he can, as soon as he knows what's going on, he just sends Hellions and lights out for all the SCVs.
Stomp, stomp, and fry, fry. Scarvy Griller, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're going to be getting from that. There is a drop on the way, however. We're looking for it. 2 medivacs worth. Oh, Strelok, why? Oh, he throws away a bunch of Marines. He's able to get in there, but the Hellions are looking for defense. Thing is, that is a Marauder-heavy drop as well. So it's going to be difficult. He needs to get that tank up, and it's not up in time. He gets 1 shot off, and now into the production facilities of Goody. But looks like he's going to be able to clean this up without too much of a problem.
Yeah, using the Hellions a lot better to defend this time. Using their mobility and still having this sick contain on Strelok. He's so stuck here, and it's going to be very hard. The tank line just extends so far back. And I'm surprised he hasn't really started +2 yet. And, I mean, he's got the money to do so. It'd be very nice to see him upgrade +2 and make his tanks even stronger here in this position.
Yeah, big damage coming in from that. There's no question. And it is kind of terrifying. That one Hellion moving in. And is he seriously going to take all his mules with a single Hellion? One down. Good. Strelok. Strelok. Why? Strelok. Oh, my God.
What can you do?
I just don't even know. I mean, he could kill the last one. He could, but
yeah.
He could if he wanted to. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I mean, as soon as he sees it, he can do it. And also at the same time, he's got another Hellion here. It will get denied via drop. And Strelok, you know, forced to go for Planetary Fortresses. You know, if you compare that to GoOdy, GoOdy has Orbital Command expansion, so he's always going to have the better economy now. And GoOdy looks like he's going to try and siege on this expansion. The top right sends a Thor as well. And
hey, why not? Yeah, let's just bring a Thor along. Let's do it, yeah. I'm hoping for some strike cannon there, but unfortunately he doesn't tend to go for strike cannon in TBT for obvious reasons. In the meantime, what have we got going on?
Yeah, we have Thors and Siege tanks going to basically deny both of these expansions. One expansion gets blown up here on the right-hand side by GoOdy. A drop coming too to counteract all these things, but it looks like the Thor is not destined for this game.
I think not, but still, it doesn't matter. I mean, the expansion is gone, that's the main thing, and those Thors are going to crack their way through. That Planetary Fortress, the armor is nowhere near good enough to deal with the might, the artillery of GoOdy right now, who has complete control of this game.
And he's even expanding to Strelok's base here, basically, and he's going to mine from it right in Strelok's face, which is not very nice.
You know what the ultimate is? He's building 4 orbital command centers. What? 6 command centers being built right now by GoOdy. I have a feeling these are all going to be planetary fortresses.
I don't know. They could be orbital commands too, and then he could just sacrifice all his SCVs and just make an even larger army.
That would be hilarious. Honestly, I would love to see that happen. We're about to find out what he does. And GoOdy is just crushing Strelok right now, however. And this is what happens when GoOdy's style really gets rolling.
Yep, and he's just going to sit there. He's not going to attack. Why do I need to attack? I've suffocated your economy. There's nothing you can do. And he's even sacrificing units on the left-hand side, but what does that mean? For Medivacs here, unloading units, Strelok needs to get a 4th expansion up because his mine is mined out, his natural is almost done, and so is his 3rd.
Yes, I'm still intrigued to find out what these command centers turn into. I know he did turn one into an orbital command. These could all be orbital commands, and he might just kill all of his SCVs, as you were saying already, which would be... I have barely ever seen that happen.
Yeah, well, why do you need SCVs when you have like an unlimited supply of mules? So we'll have to see what he does there. Strelok with another, well, he's kind of got Medivacs with units in, as you can see, but can't really do too much about them. Turrets all over the place, complete control. And yeah, it's all orbital commands.
Except for that one planetary fortress, which is built in Strelok space right there. Yes, someone should probably tell him this is not Fun Day Monday, but regardless, I don't think it matters, because GoOdy has just covered the entire map. And he is unbelievably hard to stop. Sitting on now 19 tanks, 8 Thors, totally standard.
Totally standard, completely normal. And Medivacs are getting sacrificed.
Oh my, yeah, that's not great, is it? Strelok actually just throwing them away right there. I have to wonder if he did that on purpose, just to try and expand his army a little bit more. He knows that he needs more. But to be fair, he hasn't actually got full supply yet either. He's going to end up running right into GoOdy's missile turrets, which will deny the orbital command center. Oh god. Ah, Jesus, that is painful.
Oh, it's like watching tower defense with this command center trying to get past these turrets.
This is wave 17, and GoOdy's got this one in the bag, folks.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so close. If he had ISEC auto-tracking, he'd have got it. I told you it was an important upgrade.
He sends down a mule, and he's going to repair it. And does get it up, though, which is, you know, an impressive feat for a man like Strelok.
I see. Well, then. In the meantime, good God. How many Thors? Strelok? No, absolutely not. GoOdy just throws 9 Thors and 3 more in the mix right here for GoOdy. This is like GoOdy 101 right now. If you didn't know who GoOdy was, this is GoOdy.
Yeah, and a Banshee on the left-hand side now picking off these stray tanks. And that's going to unlock GoOdy's army below to go up there and kill the orbital command. Stim Marines trying to defend.
No! There's the cloak. Nicely done there by GoOdy. There's the scan. And unfortunately not able to eliminate that too much. Well, you're not expanding there either because there's a Thor. GoOdy is refusing to allow Strelok to expand anywhere whatsoever. He is bleeding him dry. Strelok must be pounding his fists on the table.
Yeah, I mean, he's broken a few keyboards in this game, having to unplug, plug new ones in consistently because that is what GoOdy does to you. And this orbital command is not going to survive either. Mule is cooled down, but is going to go. And now this has been unlocked for GoOdy on this left-hand side. These tanks are going to go down. And another base denied, and there's pretty much nothing that Strelok can do. He just can't mine.
This is not ideal, honestly. This is not really what Strelok was looking for right here. As GoOdy now taking out yet more mules, I think not. I don't know how many mules he's currently got up. GoOdy's actually not got that many up at the minute, but he's got so many orbital commands, he could very easily just build an absolute ton of mules. Relying primarily on that, his SCV count's actually fallen down really badly, deliberately, so that he can get way more units out. And GoOdy's tank force currently sitting at 8 with 11 Thors, which might be the most Thors I've ever seen in a game of this level. Thors once again engaging against those tanks. Demands just so much firepower. Melts it so quickly.
Wow, the average APM is so low for this game.
Wow, GG, ladies and gentlemen. I just saw those 5-6 medivacs ripped out of the air by a single strike of javelin missiles from the Thors. It was actually kind of beautiful, really.
And you can just look at the APM, 86 for GoOdy average in this game, and 143 for Strelok.
Standard.
He's just sitting there sipping on a can, or sipping on a can of Nestea and then crushing it afterwards.
Laid back.
Laid back from GoOdy there. Nice play, and that is why people are scared of GoOdy, because when he gets into this position, there is nothing you can do.
No, there really, really isn't. And if anyone, I think, encapsulates just how effective mass mech can really be, it's got to be GoOdy.
And it all come down to that. It all came down to that push with that nuke, and the unsiege from GoOdy, and then basically as soon as Strelok unsieged and pushed forward, GoOdy counterattacks and clean sweeps that reposition.
It was +1. It was perfect. I think actually GoOdy must have been grinning. He's like, oh, thank you for the gift of that nuke, because that's given me the opportunity to deceive you. There you go, folks. That is now one apiece in this best of 3 series. We'll be going into Game 3 in just a few short moments. My name is Total Biscuit.
And I'm Diapollo.
You're watching IGN Pro League Season 2. We'll be right back.